So you want to make that really cute dress, that tote bag, that awesome sun hat that you saw, but you're afraid of your sewing machine. I get it. So let's talk about it. Welcome to Sewing Machines Decoded with Wear What You Make. We're going to talk about some very important things that you need to know about your sewing machine as a beginner. Some of these things you may not know even if you are experienced. So this is going to be a 4 or 5 part series where I'm going to share with you some things that I have learned about my sewing machine that I wish I knew as a beginner. So in this first part, we're going to be talking about the importance of using our sewing machine manual. And I want to talk about one of the things that I just recently learned that our sewing machine manuals will tell us, which is information about our sewing needles. Specifically, what type of sewing machine needles to use and for what fabric. Did you know that your sewing machine manual will tell you that? I did not know that until recently, and I am a veteran, okay? I figured out how to do this by looking stuff up on YouTube or Googling things and finding it on blogs. But this is very valuable information that you can find in your sewing machine manual. So when you look in your sewing machine manual, you're going to look for the section where it's going to tell you all about your sewing machine needles. And something that I want to say here, I would recommend that you use the sewing machine needles that are made for your brand of sewing machines. So for example, I have a Singer. I buy Singer sewing machine needles. That way you're going to get the best possible outcome for your project. But I digress. So you're going to look at the section where it tells you about your sewing machine needles, and then you're going to see a section that is going to tell you the size of sewing machine needle and what recommended fabrics that you use for that particular size. So for example, let's say that I want to use canvas or duck. As you can see right here, it's going to show you the size that I will need to use for that. And also, as you can see in this sewing machine needle package that I have here, I have different sizes. And one of the really cool things that I like is that it'll tell you by color code which sewing machine needle it is. So you can see, let's say that I need the biggest one here, which is 100/16. It says that that is a purple band on it, and you can see here that there's a purple band. And then I am going to select that sewing machine needle and use that for the fabric or the project that I have that has that fabric, and then that will allow me to be the most successful in terms of my sewing machine needle with my fabric. So as a beginner, I want you to get used to using your sewing machine manual, okay? It is chock full of information. And no, I don't want you to be sitting and just reading your sewing machine manual. No one has time to sit and actually do that. I get it. So I'm going to take you through some major points that I want you to start with, and then you can go from there. And here's another point that I recommend. Instead of just going through your physical manual, you can also find a digital copy online. This makes searching for particular topics far easier than just looking it up in the index in your physical manual. I do it all the time. I reference my manual, and if I can't find it readily in my physical manual, I will go to my digital copy and just use that. All right, guys, so this is just the first part of this series. I want you to make sure that you come back. We're going to be talking about some more information about things that you're going to need to know in your sewing machine manual, okay? So as always, a couple of things I want you to do. If you have questions about this, make sure that you leave them below, especially if you are a beginner. For my more seasoned sewers, I want you to tell me what you think about this topic. And if there are other things that you think that we need to be looking at in our sewing machine manuals. All right, guys. So that's all I got for now. Stay tuned. This is just part 1 of a multi-part series, Sewing Machines Decoded with Wear What You Make. And oh, by the way, I'm Afi Rule. I've been sewing for 14 years. I wear what I make, and I can teach you how to wear what you make. All right, guys. So that's all I got for now. I will talk to you soon. Bye. What were you going to say? Oh my gosh, I forgot what I was going to say. Ooh. Sewing Machines Decoded. That's what we were going to say. No, I don't like the way that I just did that. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. and a 1 and a 2, and you know what to do. And oh, 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 ride, Sally, ride. Yeah.